Mickey, hello again.
How you doing, Adam?
Finally pulled you away from the phone.
Yeah, it's pretty hectic at the moment. I know you like to put names on things. I've been calling it Full Throttle Boxing Promoting. We've got three shows. One amateur show and 2 pro shows in 8 days. It's going to be pretty intense. It is already pretty intense. It's like 24 hours a day, pretty much.
It's lots of hard work, but with that hard work, has some fruit has been born.
Yeah, no, we've got some really good, exciting things, and it's. I mean, we're working hard at the moment, but this is the product of 5 years of hard work of just building it and getting ourselves into the position where we can offer what we're now offering the fighters. And a lot of the guys that have come through the system, like they've been brought along, this is their acid test coming up now. I mean, you've got a senior Byfield and a British title eliminator. Senior looked sparkling last time he boxed on the Frank Warren BT Sport show against Sam McNess. He looked $1 million. I mean, he just looked out of completely above the Southern Area class. We tried to match him, and I can give you a list of 20 odd fighters. But even guys I thought that would have jumped. I mean, Joe Pigford, I thought they would be interested. You know, didn't want it. No one wants to fight a senior now. Until we came across Tony Dixon, so he's taken us up. We're going to do British title eliminator. Tony Dixon started off as a journeyman, same as what I thought we were going to do with a senior early on. And I noticed Tony Dixon, and I saw him, and I thought, you know, because he was managed by Greg Steen, who we work a lot with, and I was like, well, we're not probably, you know, no matter what Greg tries to have me believe about him, don't want him for a fight. Ticket sellers that can't really fight, that's not the kind of opponent you want to put him in with. He's a tough guy. In my heart of hearts, I think a senior beats him. You know, but now it's British title eliminator. There is an element of risk. You have to fight guys, you know, that are seemingly going places. And I mean, the senior, his last half dozen fights, there's some really tasty, you know, records and good fighters in there, all winning records and 10 rounders, and that's what shot him up the ratings so much. Anyway, so now he gets a real hard test, because this guy is tough. Tony Dixon is a tough guy, and he has a sort of style that prevents people that use movement and skillful boxers, prevents them from being able to do their thing, because he's very much on you. What I would say though is probably one of the better pressure fighters about at the moment is Gervonta Davis, and I know Gervonta Davis boxes in a lower weight division, but he couldn't really pressure a senior. I mean, you were there when they sparred in Vegas. He put it on a senior early, and did catch him with some shots, but a senior very quickly worked out how to box this kind of opponent. I think that's going to be very useful for this fight. I think a senior will know how to sort of play the game, and I'm keeping my fingers
Live on Channel 5.
It's a co-promotion we're doing with Cyclone Promotions, which is very exciting what they're doing. You know, they've got some dates with Channel 5, and we're lucky enough to have teamed up with them, and that's why we're taking these risks with the fighters now that have been built up on my own smaller Hellraiser shows. Now they're stepping up, and so a senior's got Tony Dixon. The same show we've got Robin Dupree boxing for the Commonwealth title. Big opportunity for him. He's got a hard fight in Luke Watkins. Luke Watkins can really punch, and he's a strong guy, undefeated. That's good. I mean, that's a really good fight. 2 undefeated guys boxing each other.
The Commonwealth title.
Yeah.
Also, Hollywood Josh, Jack Povey, unbeaten 7-0. You've got Glacius
and
Taru.
Guys, for me, they're like the next generation. It's just behind a senior and Robin. Those guys have had their first sort of 12, 13 fights. They're now, and they're fighting other guys that are like 12-1 and 10-0. You know. But then so Hollywood Josh, really good prospect. Good boxer, came to Vegas with us as well. The blog we did from Johnny Tacos, after he just obliterated, and he's not really, I don't really describe as a puncher.
No, when he sits on his shots he can whack.
Yeah, when people sort of give him the opportunity to get his shots off, They don't have to ask twice.
And another one coming through we know can bang is Galasius Taru.
Yeah, Galasius, really good prospect, and he'll be on that Channel 5 show as well. So hoping that he's got a very tough opponent. I've used his opponent before in the matchmaking. Very durable. It's only a 4-rounder. Probably would have preferred it to be a 6, but it's difficult for these guys coming through. You know, a lot of their deals are done on ticket sales and trying to get through. And also, if you put them, I think Galasius now is the best featherweight in the southern area. He beat
already.
He'll knock out Josh Kennedy. He'll knock out Jamie Spate. He'll beat all those guys in the southern area. But to me, it doesn't make sense to put him in that fight just yet, because I want to build him into a 10-round fighter
Before putting him in 10
get him
rounds.
onto the verge of that before putting him in. Because if he goes and fights for it now, right, he knocks out Josh Kennedy in a couple of rounds, knocks out Jamie Spate. You've then got a guy who's 5-0 and is now sort of committed pretty much to British title eliminators. And I want to get him closer to 10-0. Get him closer to. I mean, he's knocked everybody out so far that he's boxed. You know, we want to get him someone, and then this guy, I'm hoping, will drag him into slightly deeper water than what he has. But if you look at the fights he's had, we've stepped him up every fight.
Yeah.
And every fight he's knocked them out. So we'll see what happens.
And a debutant, a new signing, two new signings
Two
actually.
new signings. We've got Terry Russell, who has come from the semi-pro sort of circuit. Exciting fight. I'm looking forward to working with Terry. Really nice guy. And Isan Khan, who just signed yesterday.
King Khan.
King Khan, yeah, Isan King Khan. I had a chat with him, and I really like. I just have like a little a boiler inside me. When that spark comes from a boxer that's keen and that's it, and he doesn't really say that much. He's not like outspoken. I mean, I've seen a couple of things on the internet where he said he was going to fight this guy, but I don't know if that really came from him, because he seems quite sort of composed, quite level-headed, and I can see he's got that fire burning. He wants to get in there. He wants to knock people out. He wants to get stuck in, and that's the drive you look for when you're managing and promoting. That's what you really want, is guys that are hungry to do well, to get up there. So he's going to have his first fight, and what an amazing show to have your first fight. It's live broadcast on Channel 5. You know, millions of viewers internationally broadcast. If he, you know, puts in a good performance, what a platform, you know, will launch him and get everyone excited about him.
And that exciting show on the 7th has had a knock-on effect for the already exciting show on the 14th, is it not, with the senior vacating?
Yeah, so a senior, I mean, no one would fight him, and I can give you a list that long of people we approached, offered the fight to, and we were offering good money for it as well, but did not want to fight him. So Ted Cheeseman, happy to put a senior in with him now. Joe Pigford, same. We fight whoever, you know. I mean, this is on a co-promotion with Cyclone. Senior still has a deal with Frank Warren, so we'll sit down with them and work out what they've got planned for him. But there's some big fights that can be made that would be great for BT Sport, and you know that Senior will do. But yeah, one side effect of him giving up that title is led to an opportunity for Tony Two Guns Milch. Milch is out of the cage exactly on the 14th of October, when he'll be taking on Matt McCarthy, who's got very good record, 17-1.
Yeah, 13-0 against 17-1.
Yeah,
It's very good.
And what a good fight! You know, as a boxing fan, I've been over the years since I was tiny, really, to York Hall. I mean, I started going now. It's to box for Repton. We used to sort of go up there after finished training, and I've seen some brilliant fights, some really good fights in there. And this Milch and McCarthy, I think, has got all the makings of a really, really good small fight. And since we put it out there, I've had so many people who I sort of respect their comments and their opinions, because they are like hardcore boxing fans. And they've either emailed me or rang me or tweeted me saying, wow, what a good fight. That's a brilliant top of the bill for Hellraiser, you know, a small show. Goes on Channel 4 with a deal with them, and it'll be a great platform for both the fighters. I think the prize, if you like, guarantees that both those guys are going to go well beyond what anything we could ask of them. They're both going to put it all on the line to snatch that belt. If Tony wins that, Hellraiser keeps the super welterweight belt, and we're now collecting the Southern Area belts. All of them. We just collect them up, and yeah, and when we got some good ones, they say Hollywood Josh coming through. We've also got
Conrad
Stemkowski, who good prospect. You know, had an absolute humdinger with Kevin McCauley, who's a good level journeyman. Really gave him a test last time out. We've got Tony the Governor Buttigieg. He's had a good start, 2 fights, 2 wins. He'll be making his 3rd appearance. Philip Bowes, who we signed up recently after he boxed for the English. We're probably going to target the Commonwealth with him now. Maybe even the Southern Area if something happens there. But yeah, it's all hotting up. It's going to be an interesting couple of weeks.
Exciting and very busy few weeks ahead.
Extremely busy, very busy. But I think, you know, this is what we put all that hard work at the beginning, laying the foundations to get to this point. You know, and strange thing for me is I always thought, right, I want to get TV, because once I've got TV, then I know, you know, it's sort of dolly birds in the all around, and I'll be going to work in a big BMW, and yeah, this morning I got my bike into the office. Started, probably got up about 7 o'clock, finished at midnight last, same old thing.
Same old thing.
Yeah. Work, but definitely enjoying it, and loving the fact that guys that put their faith in me early on, it's worked. What we actually said we're going to aim for, Tony Milch. Tony Milch, we had 3 objectives. We're going to get him to 10-0, get him on TV, and fight for the Southern Area. Right, well, he's gone past 10-0, he's 13-0. He's already been on TV on Channel 4 and knocked out in spectacular.
Was it Frank Katona?
Yeah, in spectacular fashion. I mean, if you look on YouTube, you can find it. It's a brilliant knockout. I mean, it's just like complete. The guy had a good record. I think he's about like 8-2 or something. So we were rolling the dice a little bit in that fight, but Tony just goes out and obliterates him. And we had a lot of interest actually in him after that performance. And it just shows you, like, the platform that the television gives you. It attracts a lot of people from all over the world. Like from America, we've got a promoter who's sent us a contract for Tony, but we're going to try and get him a couple of 10-rounders, and then, you know, get him. He's Jewish, and the promoter had a lot of Jewish fighters that they've got sponsors, and they've got like a bit of money to put behind him. So we're going to probably go and do that deal. But first we've got to win this Southern Area, and it's absolutely not a given. That is a proper 50-50. That's a really, really good fight, where both of them are going to have to go to the world if they want to win it.
It's certainly going to be a cracking evening, that one. Well, both, in fact. Moving around the world briefly to finish. What did you think of Andre? I know you're a fan of his talent, but perhaps not his style.
Not his style. I don't think there are many. From a boxing purist point of view, you could say, yeah, he's a great, which he is. There's no doubt about it. He's boxed all the best guys and beat them really without too much trouble. I think what is a shame is that he didn't. If you think really Mayweather, I think he was almost, if not on a par with Mayweather skill-wise. But you got Mayweather who, you know, chucks $100 bills around strip clubs and all his sort of razzmatazz. He ends up making millions. Andre Ward, who's a sort of very, by all accounts, a very, very nice, decent, humble guy, doesn't get his TV deal renewed and has to go fishing around for.
You think that's a part of the decision behind the retirement?
Yeah, I do. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in a boxing ring again. I think there could be somebody that, right, you know, that's the fight for us now. But he just doesn't seem, for whatever reason, despite his huge talent, he doesn't seem to have to be the draw, you know, to pull in the big TV stations and the investment in him. And I think that's behind, basically. He probably now, he's boxed in some big fights, he probably doesn't want to fight for less than that, and the offers he's possibly getting might be below
what he wants.
What he expects now is Caesar's fair, but there is no fairness in boxing. You know, you box for what you get offered.
Another world-renowned, very, very famous boxer retired finally last week, Jake LaMotta, and I use retired deliberately because he was, believe it or not, still working up until near about his demise.
Yeah, I mean, excitement-wise, he's the sort of guy you want at your call. You know, he's like not a backward step and fight. from a boxing point of view, he's like the polar opposite of Andre Ward. I think the legacy that Jake LaMotta has left behind is pretty much what every boxer wishes for. You know, he's had that film, amazing success with the film, his life story, a career that saw some incredible highs, and if he was around in pretty much any era, you say a guy like this was going to hit great heights. Even now, he goes and boxes now, and athletes get better with every year. But what really struck me watching him, it wasn't really his athletic condition or ability. It was more the mindset, the pig-headedness, the focus, the drive, the fact that he refused to budge for anybody. You know, he was going to come and put you through the mincer, come what may. Whether you were like Sugar Ray Robinson or whoever you were going to know you'd been in a fight when you faced him. And it's a very entertaining story that he had, and I'm sure he'll be sorely missed. And yeah, like you just said, you know, he's the sort of guy that most fighters would aspire to have the celebrity that he enjoyed.
So, well, on that note, thank you very much, Mickey, for this week.
7th of October at York Hall.
York Hall Brawl.
The York Hall Brawl, with Cyclone Promotions and Hellraiser working together, putting on the best fights that we possibly can. And yeah, we're good to go on this. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, very much appreciated, guys. Thanks for watching. See you then.